Bought a Saab convertible thinking I was the fucking boy. I just fucking walked over and stand in and just buttered David May. I'm just going, oh my God, what's happening here? Obviously a few beers in me, I'm like, I went for him. I went, you fucking, who do you think you are? Trying to degrade young lads to drink your piss. I was selling watches at the time. I was only on peanuts at Newcastle, but I had this little sideline of selling snide watches to the players. He's one of the scariest looking creatures you've ever seen, and he's chasing me all around this prison gym on day 2. He put about that much Tabasco sauce in the red wine, and I've just gone, I've just fucking vomited everywhere instantly. And Griff's just got him in an headlock, uppercutting him like that. Fucking Mark and Sellers like that. Monday night, get sent off for throwing the head on my own captain live on Sky. Friday, sentenced to a fucking jail term.
Gentlemen, you alright, John?
You alright, Chris?
Yeah, I'm good. He's on his holidays already.
It's checked out, hasn't he?
Tired, lads, tired.
You off on your holidays soon, aren't you?
I was just thinking, in fact, what I need packing. Oh dear.
We got your trunks.
I actually need to go shopping. I go in about 9 hours.
What do you need?
Bollocks. Socks.
Oh,
Don't need socks on holiday.
Oh, you need some for when you wear your Converse at night, just so they don't start pen and ink.
You don't wear underpants, but you always got socks on.
the Converse are making the trip.
2 new pair, innit? And fuck about, Chrissy, when
What
I go with
colours?
jollies. Both white. One eye top.
What will you wear the high tops with? Shorts or jeans?
Shorts. Stylish.
Just a
Chris.
guru, innit?
Yeah, you know I'm a stylish
guru.
guy. I can't believe we're on about my fashion sense when he's sat here with that t-shirt on.
What?
And, well, it's a t-shirt or a vest. I'm just thinking how far up the arms the sleeves
It
go.
is a bit small, innit?
Fucking hell.
It is a bit small.
Thing is, you've lost weight as well, so what was it like before?
No, well, I only bought it yesterday. So I thought it would be an
You bought
incentive
that
for me.
yesterday?
But yeah.
What, with the sleeves up there?
Yeah, well, I didn't really look at it proper. I just said, yeah, I'll have that one. But yeah.
Nice though.
It's my tribute to Leroy Lita.
Did you did you not think about getting a bigger size?
Well, no, because it's an incentive to lose a bit more. See? So I'm always pushing myself.
Yeah, Chris.
Always
See, I
pushing
go the
myself.
other way, me. I just get a four birth tent instead of a 3. Think, fuck it, I'll grow into it.
I'll tell you what we've not spoke about. Well, our charity game we had the other
Oh,
week.
yeah.
We missed the
Have we?
week, no.
Good one, that.
Yeah, well,
Good to see the lads turn up.
Yeah.
Andy
man of the
Griffin.
match performance.
Thank you.
Oh,
You.
I got the Snickers off the
Right,
manager.
I'm
Yeah.
not being funny, Ray, but after 15 minutes, I was speaking to Welshie, saying, look, you're going to have to take him off. He's fucking barbaric. He's going to hurt someone.
Yeah, because I think Tom Kennedy played for them, who ex-Barnsley, wasn't he? And you've absolutely smashed him.
Not on purpose. He just got no control of his body.
Clumsy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Boris Johnson-esque, I would say.
It weren't I didn't like it. Charity game. It's not my game. You know, I like get stuck in me.
Not intense enough for you.
Rustle a few feathers, like.
You've
Everybody's
absolutely
too
smashed him.
Everybody's
yeah.
too relaxed.
Yeah, we went 1-0 up, didn't we, after about 3 minutes? And I thought, right, this is where it changes this. You know, it was a start like that, and then as soon as the goal goes in, it starts getting a little bit more competitive. And it's not been brought up yet. I didn't get brought up on the day, but I made a crucial save at 1-0 with my legs through bodies. It might have looked cumbersome, but it was actually a fucking very good. It was De Gea-esque feat. Yeah, I know he went on to win the game 15-4, but that save at 1-0 probably kept us. That changed the whole complexion of the game.
But thanks to everybody who come down.
Yeah.
We need to do more of them, don't we?
Yeah, I think we do.
Got some money for the Go Again charity.
Yeah.
Thanks for them for organising everything. But I tell you what, there's a few lads that could probably still
David
do it.
Norris could still play
Yeah.
league football. I
And
think.
he's getting
Welshie.
even more beautiful, isn't he, Dave?
Yeah,
That's
you
beautiful.
were a little bit nervous in his company, Chris.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, the chemistry's still there,
I
isn't
tell you
it?
what spoilt his day. You were expecting to see him go in shower, didn't you?
Oh,
And
no,
he
I
just
did.
got-
Don't worry.
Did he get shower?
I was hanging round in corners.
I was wondering why you
That's
were
why
like
I
that
so
before.
long. I came back in 3 times. I forgot something.
See you later, Dave. Dave, see you later.
Dave! Look, just looking down. Oh, Dave.
No, but yeah, thanks to everybody who come down, supporting the charity and supporting the game.
We'll
We're a
get
good
some more
day.
of them going, eh?
Yeah.
I'm not playing left back again, though.
Hard, isn't it? Yeah. Especially, well, to be fair, I was playing left wing and I weren't really helping you, were I?
I wasn't getting much help.
No.
We got him, Johnny. Yep.
I played the adult-to-rat role second half. Just loiter and just give us a ball and then I'll make things happen.
Do the business.
I don't think you took it serious as much as Steely, though. Luke Steele.
Oh, he was
He wanted
he was
it.
annoyed with you for not coming out for the warm-up.
Was he?
Yeah. He's like, where is he? Where is he?
I was
A bit of one-touch going on here.
waiting for Andy Griffin. Meeting and greeting. But yeah, good day.
Did score a hat-trick though, didn't
Yeah, played well.
Did.
he? Yeah.
He's a
7
good-
assists I got.
7?
Yeah.
That's just doubled.
No, 7 assists, 3 for Steely as well. Created a lot of space as well.
Oh, you're classing as creating space in
Yeah,
a
of
sense.
course.
Fucking embarrassing. Honestly, right, I know we're having a bit of joke and that, but you were crap, wasn't it? What? Like crap, right? He almost fell over because there were a little bit of a dip with the linesman and running.
He were a trench.
Caused a little bit of a turret. Is it a turret?
I don't know.
Trench.
It were a trench.
Caused a little bit of a trench.
He wants to look at a place. It's some.
And he's gone to run, and he's run off the pitch without realising, and he almost fell over, running up and down.
I was just, because we came off, didn't we, halfway through the first half. It was just a pleasure seeing Matty and Chrissy linking up.
There's
I
some
thought,
good link-up play and all.
This is what dreams are made of.
York and Cole. That's what I'm thinking. Oh dear.
What else is happening?
But on a serious note, crap.
Oh, man, you be crapping man at match at the same time. Doesn't happen, does it? Matt Letizia last week. Good one. Some great stories. Some great stories.
Yeah. Interesting about the Hoddle thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
Never meet your heroes.
Well,
As
we've
they
heard
say.
that before, haven't we?
We've been on the receiving end of that one.
Who have we got this week?
Bradley Orr.
Bradley Hall. It's a good one, this one.
Yeah.
I was with Brad, I think it was when he came back from Toronto. You know, he obviously speaks about it in there. It wasn't that long, but he's good mates with Andy Griffin, who we've also had on. But good lad.
I think we should get. I
was
think we
quite-
should. Do you think
quite-
he'll come on again?
Who, Griff?
Yeah.
Do you not think we didn't see the best of him?
Yeah. Well, it was first one, wasn't it? Early
Yeah,
doors.
so we didn't know what route we were going to go down,
From
did
what
we?
we've heard so far, a creature, I think, an animal.
I thought Brownie and Brad were going to have a scrap, to be honest, you know, off camera. Because one were like, they hated me. No, they hated me more. No, fucking hated me more. No, I'm telling you, they hated me more.
Two members of the poll of the worst Blackburn team.
Worst all-time 11. Who else can we get? We'll have to have a look, see who else is on it.
See who else is in there.
That'll be a good charity
Have a
11.
reunion, yeah.
He'd have got in. if he'd have signed it fucking 2 years, he'd have got in.
Oh, we've got to mention Spitch again. Obviously sponsoring this episode. If you're not already aware, we mentioned it before. It's the ultimate fantasy football game.
Well, everybody likes a little accumulator, don't they, every weekend? And everybody thinks the fucking managers, don't they? Let's be right about it.
Well, each week you can pitch yourself against your mates and other managers, because it's just like weekly fantasy football. You pick your team, put your captain in there for your extra points and everything, but you can put a bit of money in, and there's up to 70 grand every week to be won.
Not
Makes
just
it more
England, is it?
interesting.
Not just English leagues.
No. Well, the app's out now in the UK, Germany, Austria, and Brazil.
Yeah.
But it covers all the leagues.
But I must warn you, the Brazilian Jurgen Klopp enters.
Does he?
Yeah. Is Corinthians. Is that Brazil?
Yeah, that's it.
He's manager of Corinthians,
well
and
done,
he's a big fan of the
Been
app.
studying, haven't you? Been studying.
I'm picking my wits against the
Obviously,
Brazilian league leaders manager.
you've got to be 18 or over to take part and play, because obviously there's money involved.
Yeah.
And the link is now in the description. I'm involved every week. No, I'm going to be.
You can change it every,
BigGambleAware.com and all that.
You can change your team every week, can't you? You don't have to.
Oh yeah, it's not
sort
like
of for the
like we
season.
said before. I lose my interest with fantasy football after
Yeah.
a few weeks. Where with this, it's every week. Pick your team, chance of winning a few quid.
I can guarantee that after last week's performance, if you were in someone's team, you would not be in their team the week after.
And Andy Welch, captain. He'd be pressing
Double
that on
point.
double
No,
points.
no, I'm Luke Steele
yes.
captain. Luke Steele captain for me.
But yeah, obviously you've got to be 18 or over. Follow the link in the description now. begambleaware.org, and yeah, it's available in the UK, Austria, Germany, and Brazil.
Obviously, Tony Daley's just come out
Yeah,
4 days ago.
Patreon. And for all you
Another good-
Patreons, another
Lovely man.
He was
a well-dressed man, may I add.
very well.
smartest dressed yet.
100%.
Yeah.
Them, I mean, I don't know where we got going in them jeans. There was spray on.
I think he had Gareth Ainsworth from the playoff final.
You have butter up before you got them on.
But yeah, very well respected as a fitness coach as well.
Yeah. And obviously he speaks about it, but different to a lot of fitness coaches because he's played. Well, he's obviously played at a fucking very high level. He played for England, didn't he?
Yeah.
But I keep going back to it, but he were crap, wasn't he? He were crap. Right?
Good though, the Graham Taylor stuff as well. You know, that just before my time of watching football as a young lad. But I remember all the turnip stuff. And, yeah.
On the front of the paper, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, don't know how it's like, happens quite a lot now, don't it, when people superimpose faces onto something.
Yeah.
This must have been revolutionary, the Graham Taylor's fucking head in a turnip. Looked quite good.
What do you reckon you get, John, if like you were getting abuse?
What? Veg?
Yeah, veg. Food, veg, or a character.
Character.
I think I'd be one of them like things that looks
Sully from Monsters Inc. I reckon.
looks a bit
That
like
big one, is that the big blue one?
I hope he's big.
butternut squash. Is it? Looks a bit like a big penis. You know what I mean? I'll get it up.
Yeah. Butternut squash head. But all those live show tickets,
They're out, aren't they?
they're out. Leeds tickets are out now as well.
Selling fast, them buggers.
So they are going like hotcakes. So the link's on the Twitter page. So just go check it out.
That's the vegetable I
Yeah,
mean.
definitely
Perfect.
put up squad. That's just the head as well. It's not the whole body.
Nice, actually, in a soup. Should we get him in?
Oh, shall we get him in?
Underrated soup, the butternut squash.
Come on then, Bradley.
Bridgie loves it, by the way. Bridgie.
Loves it.
Anybody that we get on that he's played with, he's straight in there.
He's fucking
Without
random.
ammo.
He's a fucking beaut, isn't he?
Mentioned Tabasco sauce cocktail.
Oh, yeah. Me wedding day, that. The cunt.
What, he lined it up for you?
Bridgie or the wife?
Oh, I never knew. Yeah, fuck, it just done me a kipper.
Still got your Volvo?
It weren't a Volvo, it was a Saab.
You're good at
Bought a Saab convertible thinking I was the fucking boy.
Where's this?
No, at least the Saab convertible. I was at Bristol City. At least the Saab convertible. But it looked navy blue when I got it. But when the sun come out, it went brown, like a two-tone car. You know what I mean? So all the lads were like, what the fuck that? You bought it, got a brown car, brown convertible. Yeah, so he just slaughtered me for it, Bridgie.
He's a fucker, isn't he, man?
Funny, man.
What were in the
I can
cocktail
imagine.
then?
The cocktail. So the speeches were like just about to happen at the wedding. And he's like, look, red wine, glass of red wine. He said, come on, you've got to have a bevy with us before, like go on then, line. And he's like, we've just done, in one, we've done ours. So I've gone like that. Fuck, I'm thinking, oh my God. He'd put about that much Tabasco sauce in the red wine. And I've just gone, I've just fucking vomited everywhere instantly.
Just before your speech?
Just before the wedding speeches.
It doesn't go away either, does it? It stays for fucking ages.
But
That
my
horrible-
mouth was just burning, like, you know what?
Imagine he went down the wife's dress. Sorry, love. Sorry.
Proper done me. And he was just laughing his bollocks off, Bridgie.
When Fez was on, Andy Farrell was in your youth team.
Year below me, but yeah, like,
He was on about a time when Kieron Dyer was trying to get, I think, were you all out on a Christmas do or something?
Yeah.
He was trying to get the youth team to
Yeah.
drink a pint of piss or something.
yeah. Yeah, we were all, it was our Christmas party, and all the reserve lads used to go on the party as well. Fucking having a great day. And Kieran's pissed in a pint glass. So there's a fucking big pint of piss and he's like rounding the young lads up saying, right, 500 quid, who's going to drink it? And because we were all only on peanuts, I've clocked it late, and there's a couple of the lads actually contemplating it, you know what I mean?
I think I'd have been knocking a few out to drink it myself. I'll get this one, lads. Don't worry.
So I've just fucking lost the plot. Like, obviously a few beers in me, I'm like, I've went for him. I went, you fucking, who do you think you are? Trying to degrade young lads to drink your piss because you've got a few quid? And I've went for him. And
How old were you at this point?
I was like 19, 20.
Right.
You know what I mean? We were only, we were in the reserves, and I don't know if a couple of the lads were like trying to do it to get, you know, be part of the, in the, you know, the crowd or whatever, but I ate shit like that, so I've just fucking flipped and went for him. And Woody pulled me off. I was living with Woody at the time. Me and Griff lived with Woody, put us up for a couple of months because we had nowhere to live. And Woody's like got hold of me and pulled me off, and I'd gone. I was going to kill him.
Would be funny if you landed one on him and then just drank the piss. And then just went home.
Took the money out of his wallet, left it on the floor.
Do you know what? Give him his due. About 5 years later, I'm on my stag do in Marbella, and there's about 80 of us. I had my granddad with me, my dad. There was loads of us, all my mates. And we're in, I forget the name of the big beach club anyway in the day. And loads of champagne's coming over. And we're all just beer drinkers, you know what I mean? And we're like, that's not ours. We haven't ordered that. Trying to fucking... And he's like,
thinking you're going to get the bill?
Yeah, I think I'm going to get lumbered with the bill. And he went, oh no, it's off the gentleman over there. And when I've looked out, it was Kieron Dyer and his agent. And I went over and he went, look, like, that's on me. He said it's an apology for what I'd done back then. And I thought that fair play.
Yeah.
Shook hands and stuff, and then ended up playing with Kieron again years later. He signed for QPR, and he was all right then, you know what I mean? But
was he one of them that when he was at Newcastle he just got caught up in?
Young lad as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what he was? He was one of them fellas that he'd let on to you one morning and then walk past you another morning, like a cocky cunt. And I was like, what's that about?
Depending on what mood he were in.
Depending on what mood he were in, yeah. And I just thought I just weren't having him. So I suppose like the piss thing was an excuse for me to have a little pop at him, you know what I mean? But obviously he was a young lad at the time, probably himself, and what he done that day, sending all the drink over, I thought fair enough, you know what I mean? And an apology to go with it showed the sort of strength of him, really.
Unless I'm going to flip it, unless you start, oh fuck, there's 80 of them bastards.
Maybe so,
There's only me and Major. I best get me sending good bucks here quick.
Maybe, yeah.
And I could get fucking drowned.
Yeah, we were all well on our way as well. So. But no, I thought, he went up in my estimations with the...
I thought he came across well on Thingy as well, Celebrity. Because I had this image in my head of him at Newcastle being a bit like that.
Yeah.
And then on that I thought, he's obviously changed a bit.
Yeah. No, as I say...
He'll have been quite young himself though, will he still?
Yeah, he will have been, yeah. He was brilliant. Like, he was a superstar, wasn't he? As 19, 20? So, I don't know. Years later, when he signed for QPR, he was a different person. But at Newcastle, I thought he was a tool.
Did you ever get involved in the paintball and were Chopra? Fez?
Yeah. So, as I said, Woody, me and Griff, our rent ran out. And you know what Griff's like? He's fucking laid back as they come in. So we had nowhere to live. So Woody put us up for a couple of months. And Chops thought he was like a little bit of a joker and all that. And they paintballed Woody's gate and put all like 100 eggs along the top. So when they opened, all the eggs thingy-oed. And the next day, you know what Woody's like. So Woody's like, oh, okay, sound. So he's come in the next day. Woody had a shite in his hand. And as Chopra's come in round the corner, he's just gone with a load of shit right in Chopra's face.
Oh, dear. Put the paint gun away.
Honestly, he just had a shite and just went right in his face. I remember Chopra like that in the shower. And there was just all like brown water dripping off him.
Kieron, put that pint of piss away, mate. I'm going in big here.
Yeah. fucking like looking back now on like, you know, things like that don't happen, do they? But back then it did.
Yeah.
So how did you end up at Newcastle? You in the youth set up at Everton?
Yeah, so started at Everton from like a young age, and then when you come to like 14, it's schoolboy forms. You sign schoolboy forms, isn't it? And at the time, my granddad was really close with Kenny Dalglish. They were pals from around here, and he was the manager at Newcastle at the time. And he was like, if my dad didn't want me, my dad wanted me out of Liverpool. So I was gonna go on like trialing and stuff like that. And
For what reason were you knocking
I
about?
don't know if I
with-
was going down like not the
Wrong
wrong
route.
path, but my dad wasn't a bad player himself, and I thought he's probably thought like the temptations that and the mistakes that I made, he didn't want me to make. So he sort of made that decision. He said, look, like if you're gonna have a go at this, have a go at it. You know, don't get distracted. And he was telling me all like little mistakes he'd made. So he wanted me out of the city.
Yeah.
And so at the time, as I say, my granddad was pals with Dalglish at the time, and he said, look, get him up here and have a trial and stuff. So it was the 6 weeks summer holidays. So I went up and had a 6 week trial, but with the youth team. So the lads who were like 16, 17. So and done well and loved it up there. Like really loved it. So that's how so they went, right, look, we want you to sign if you fancy it. And at the time, my dad was manager of Droylsden, no non-league. I think they were the one below the conference. So what I'd done, I used to train Tuesday, Thursday nights with Droylsden with my dad and his team, the men. And then I'd be on the first train after school from Lime Street up to Newcastle, be on the bench of a Saturday for the youth team, and then play for my own age group on the Sunday, and then train home. Done that for 2 years until I left school, and then signed for them full time then.
Did you a bit of a favour training with the men at Droylsden?
I'd done it anyway because, so mine and Joey Barton's dad played in the same. Our dads played in the same team. So from we were babies, like they used to let us join in the training. So he'd be on one team and I'd be on the other. So it wasn't nothing new. Like we were used to it. You know what I mean?
Was it a tough one at that age? You know, your dad saying, I want you out of Liverpool. Were you not like, fuck that, Dad?
Yeah, no, it was. It was tough because I didn't really want to leave Everton. I loved it, you know what I mean? All my mates there who I'd been with for years. But I look back now and like, what a decision from my dad to make, because it just fucking made me grow up instantly and toughen me up. And I don't mean tough, I just mean mentally, where, you know, you're packing a bag at 14, getting on a train on your own, 3 hours away, and to sort of, you know, learn your craft and, you know, discipline yourself. And it was a shrewd move. As I say, it just set me up for everything that was to come, you know, in challenges, like you know, ups, downs, getting released, things like, you know, things that they sort of mould you, don't they? So, but no, that was the time when my mates, who I've got a fucking great group of mates who we're all still mates now. That was the time that they were all going out and having a little bevy on the street, and you know what I mean, and sneaking into town and stuff. And it's just,
well, like you said, that's what your dad set it up for, isn't it?
It's exactly what my dad set it up for, because I learned to discipline myself early.
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't do that. On a Friday night when the lads were getting ready to go out, I was on a train. And it sort of he sort of removed me from the environment without me knowing it at the time. But I must say I loved it as well. I didn't
Helps, doesn't it?
I didn't you know, I didn't fucking hold him in any sort of way, shape or form responsible for me not what I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I loved it. You know what I mean? I loved being on the bench for the youth team with the older lads, and then playing for the my own age group on a Sunday. And to be fair, 14 to 16, I had bad, I was good slatters, and I probably struggled a little bit at that, you know, that time in my playing career. But everything that I'd done just set me in good stead moving forward, attitude-wise and discipline-wise. And as I say, it was a shrewd move.
Thing is, as well, at that age, if you were struggling with injury and stuff, but let's say you'd stayed at Everton, then you might have found the distractions easier.
Easy.
Do you know what I mean? But if you're out the way
That's
not
it.
as bad.
That's it. Well, that's exactly right. It was clever. From obviously, my mum was involved and my granddad was involved as well in the decision. But it was clever. Like he's fucking removed me from the environment and the temptation without me knowing it at the time. And I look back now and I just like, I think, what a move to make, really.
And you're training Tuesday and Thursday, so you can't go out Tuesday and Thursday nights for your pals either. So you've got Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Taken care of.
You've only got 2 nights to get pissed, haven't you? And nick a bird and that.
Exactly. So
just as good slatters, obviously, it's like a pain in your shins. Like growing pains. And obviously, when you're running,
it's horrendous.
Yeah.
They can't treat it, can they? You either got to rest it or play through it. And I struggled a little for a year, probably, performance-wise, because of it. But as I say, in them 2 years, it just set me up mentally to become what I did. You know what I mean?
Was it Alan Irvine?
Alan
when
Irvine.
When you left school?
Alan Irvine. Brilliant.
Class, isn't he?
Unbelievable. I haven't texted him for a while, but even I remember playing in the playoff final or getting to the playoff final, I texted him and Tommy Craig. Alan was my youth team manager and Tommy Craig was my reserve manager. Both jocks, both Glaswegians. And I just I owe them so much for, I used to text them and look, I still can't thank you enough for everything that you've done for me, you know what I mean? Without them, I probably wouldn't have had a career in the game. They just instilled so much fucking discipline and attitude and morals and principles in me that stay with me now, still.
Because he was our first team manager, Alan, but you can see why the young lads would need somebody like him.
The only manager I've ever been scared of.
Yeah. Oh, I was terrified of him, but loved him at the same time.
Yeah, same.
And what a coach as well.
Yeah,
like all the you talk about like the fundamentals and the basics that you need to become a player. Fucking hell, he what a coach he was in instilling them into you.
Talked about that before. I went distilling belief, but fear at the same time. It's
quite an art.
It's an art, yeah.
It is, yeah. It is.
So, at what point did you move up full time?
As soon as I left school at 16.
Right.
Yeah.
Digs.
So, we were in for the first 6 months, they put us in a dormitory at, they used to train at Durham University, Newcastle.
Maiden Castle.
Maiden Castle, yeah. So we lived in a dormitory there. Fucking shite. Hated it. And then they knew it weren't working. It was like inhumane, really. So they put us in. Yeah, it was. They put us in digs then, and I went into digs with the family. Remember Graham Fenton?
Yeah, blonde hair.
Yeah, scored. He was a Geordie, wasn't he? Scored the winning goal for Blackburn that lost Newcastle the league. I went in with his mum and dad. They done a poll in Newcastle, the 3 most hated people up in North East. I think fucking Bin Laden was number 2, Saddam Hussein was 3, and Graham Fenton was number 1. Fucking hell. So yeah, I went in with his mum and dad. Honestly, they were brilliant, lovely people, but fucking having roast dinners 4 nights a week. That's what they do. Another roast dinner. I went to Al, I said, look, you're gonna have to get me out of here. I was going like that. Fucking every night roast dinners for me tea. So I moved out and I moved into another digs then in Jesmond.
Well, it's not
they lived in Whitley Bay actually, which was good. And then I moved into Jesmond, and then I was only in digs a year, and then I moved I lived with Brian Kerr and Gary Caldwell, then moved in with them. So we had our own flat and we just used to split the rent.
Who else was in the youth team that you were close with?
Shola Amiobi was a year above with Gary Caldwell, Brian Kerr, and then Mike and Michael Chopra, year below, Andy Farrell, people like that.
Remember they called Anth Parry?
Yeah.
He was, I think was he your age? Or?
Year above me.
Yeah, because he was from one of the villages around where I'm from.
Well, did you hear the story about Ant?
Nah.
So so he was a local. He was from Durham, wasn't he?
Merton, called Merton, I think it was. Yeah.
but used to that dormitory that I said we used to live in at Maiden Castle. He used to live in the dormitory. Now that was just for the lads who were from out of town. I used to think, what the fuck's he doing living here when it's probably closer for him to go home?
He loves the roast dinners, doesn't he?
That's it, mate. But so he was a good player, big, hard bastard he was as well. And the drugs testers come in one day, and because he was injured, he picked the names out the hat for the drugs tests and picked his own name out and was on everything. He was on everything, and he picked his own name out the hat, and the club sent him to rehab on the quiet, and he was just fucked on the gear, and sold his story then to the newspapers and all that, and that was the end of him.
How old would you have been at this point? Youth team age?
17, 18 tops.
Jesus.
Good
That's
player
bad
as well.
luck, innit? You're picking your own name out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like fucking Pete Doherty.
Yeah, but it wasn't just like a, what's the performance, and it was heroin that he was full of. He was bad on the gear, and great lad as well. Just always injured, you know what I mean? And
did you know all this?
I never knew. We never knew. That's what I'm saying. We used to think, why is he living on site when he's from 5 minutes round the corner? But the club knew and tried to get him straight. Put him on site with everyone else and put him through rehab and all that. And then in the end, he was just that much fucked on the gear. He sold his story for, I don't know, 30, 40 grand, and next thing he's never been seen since. But yeah, just a mad one. Yeah.
Who were first team manager at that time while you were there?
So when I went up, when I first went up as a young lad, as I said, it was Daley, and then Ruud Hullet got the job then. And after him, it was Bobby Robson.
Must have been great being around them players.
It was incredible because, at the time, Nobby Solano, Shearer, Kieron Dyer, Gary Speed, Woodgate. Wow, what a player. You know what I mean?
Nearly all of them you think will be good with the young lads coming through.
Brilliant. I know you're close with Griff. He's one of my best mates. Never mind football. One of my best friends, you know what I mean? What a fella. All the likes of them.
Absolute fucking weirdo.
The strangest, mate. The strangest fucking... Some of the stories. I lived with him, didn't I? Lived with him for a few years. Fucking round the bend. Nuts. Horrible creature. But an absolute diamond as well.
Yeah, he'd do out for you, wouldn't he?
Horrible creature.
I don't know anybody who can find a bogey as well as Griff. They can find a bogey in anybody's nose.
It's remarkable, isn't it?
I'd take a bogey. I come in one day because obviously Griff was playing week in, week out at this point, and the way you've got to stay behind sometimes to do extra and stuff. So it comes in the flat one day and he's asleep on the couch. So I've gone, first thing, I just go right at the fridge, wouldn't you? Goes into the fridge and there's a fucking turd that long just on the top shelf in the fridge. And I'm like, are you for fucking real? We've got to live here. This is our fridge. Fucking big log about that long on the top shelf. And when he weren't asleep, he's just like that, laughing his head off. I went, there's something fucking not right with you, mate. Sort that out, you know what I mean? Honest to God.
Somebody else's fridge. You can have access to not your own.
That's what's done me.
Literally shit on your own doorstep. You shit in our fridge. And then he was just laughing his head. I thought it was hilarious. And I just fucking got off.
Just for that reaction of you opening door?
Yeah, just me opening the fridge. Because it was like one of them open plan shit holes that we were staying in. Fucking turd that big.
Caterpillar cake on top.
Honestly.
On top shelf.
Come in another day. No, you're like in your bathroom, you'd have like a glass like that for your toothbrush and all that, don't you? Well, I've come in and my toothbrush and all that's gone, and there's a fucking big stand-up log about that big in my toothbrush glass.
What's wrong with
what's the matter? What's the matter with you, mate?
This is one of your best mates.
That's just the fucking plant pot.
You've got to get some. There's got to be some substance there as well.
Oh yeah,
for
that's it.
Like
Nothing. Just literally big log like that stood up.
And he's playing every Saturday, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of his technique. Do you think he's squatted, or do you think he's held it?
I don't
No.
think he's bothered about holding it. By the sounds of it, like.
Yeah.
Because he's not getting his arse in
Made him
fridge,
know
is
he's
he?
one of them proper cavemen, you know, like he probably hasn't even washed his hands. He's had a sign he has to do as well. Oh, he's a caveman. But you know, you know him, don't you?
Yeah.
Know him well. What a fella, mate. Great. But you know, round that time, like the group of men that they had, like Gary Speed, fucking hell. What an example he used to set for young lads. Remember I used to love running pre-season. And fucking when I was with the first team for pre-season, you know, you get the lad, fucking, don't you dare take off and all that. And he'd pull me to one side. He's never mind them. Like, you're playing for your future here. Go and show them what you're about. Fucking take off. You know what I mean? And he said, I'll stay with you. He said, never mind all them telling you to, you know, because you know what, the older pros are like, yeah, you busy little cunt, don't you dare.
And normally young lads do it as well.
No, well, I would have.
handbrake on.
I'd go like that, or I would have, and then he used to pull you and said, take no notice. He said, because they'll get their opportunity. You've got to go and fucking try and rip your opportunity off them. Just little things like that, you know, like that stay with you. But loads of great sort of examples, and even Shearer, fantastic with the young lads, like with myself personally, like Sir Michael Chopra, young lads who were in and around the first team at the time, just brilliant with them, you know what I mean? Look back with like great memories and gratitude really for having the likes of them people around, you know what I mean?
What were Chops like back then?
Little cunt, but in a good way. In a good way, you know what I mean? Yeah, just like always up to something. But what a player, mate. Like, as a young lad, his reputation was frightening, and he used to live up to it as well. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he never kicked on to top. Like, he had a great career, but I don't know why he was never top, because as a young lad, he had the lot. Nasty little fucker as well when he wanted to be.
So what I think, I obviously played with him at Cardiff. I think what held him back were everything off the pitch.
Yeah.
It can't have been at 3 o'clock. He can't have been just thinking about football.
No. That's that. Yeah, spot on. I think, yeah, distractions off the pitch. He wasn't a big drinker or anything like that. I don't know what. There was always something going on with him. You know what I mean? But as a young player, he was brilliant. Really good. Great lad as well. You know what I mean? I got on well with Chops. Just always up to something. You know what I mean? But good lad.
Another quick break in play, gentlemen.
Arriba! Arriba! Andale!
He signed up.
See.
Have you been on the Mexican Netflix?
Of course I have. Been watching Mexican Frankie and everything.
Oh, because you've got the NordVPN, haven't you? We've got another message from our friends at NordVPN, and as we advised you last week, John, that with NordVPN you can jump over to Netflix in any other country, which is a bit cheaper, as we talked about, and you've been all over it, haven't you?
Well, I'm actually on holiday as we speak, so I'm watching stuff on holiday now. I've just been airbrushed into this video. I'm watching it via Turkish VPN.
We've got an offer, Chrissy.
We have. You can get a 30-day free trial with links in the description with NordVPN, and as we've talked about before, it's the number one VPN service that's out there. No buffering.
That's one of the big keys.
We don't do that. You can jump over your geolocation anywhere in the world, watch them football games if they're being.
Although there will be some football still in the. If you're really into watching football, there's still football going off right now. Obviously, the Prem's finished and that, innit?
But not just that. It's ultra secure as well. It bumps up all your security, military standard security from NordVPN. Secure all your passwords, your bank details, your locations, everything.
It's essential, isn't it?
Oh, especially this day and age. There's all kinds of stuff being bought on my account. I don't know who's buying it.
That's me, that.
Is it? Yeah. There's some right fruity gear.
You still wearing that? All right,
Yeah.
that gimp mask. Just because you had to.
I've got it here if you want
You had to get a bit extra, didn't you, around the front?
But yeah, that link's in the description. Bench your location anywhere in the world. Secure all your passwords. Secure all your bank details. It's a no-brainer.
Get involved.
And watch whatever you want.
That 30-day free trial available now with a link in the description.
One just was there about Griff, but I don't know if you'd have been there with Robert.
Yeah, I was there.
Were you training?
I was there, yeah. And at the time, we used to get changed at the ground because it was when it was on the site of the first team training ground now, but the building wasn't sort of done. So we used to get changed at St James's and then get the bus to the training ground and then bus back. And fucking Griff sat on the bus with a big ice pack on his fist, and Laurent Robert sat on the bus, big ice pack on his eye.
What was it over?
Fuck all. I don't think Griff fancied him as a fella. He was quite obnoxious, Robbie. You know, like, yeah, wasn't like one of the lads, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He used to like talk down to you and look at you like, you're not on my level, you shouldn't even be on the pitch with me. And Griff would never suffer any of that. And obviously Griff was a right back, he was a left winger, so there was a little bit of a... Griff just got up and fucking sparked him.
Were you playing in the game he got sent off?
Yeah.
Oh, the video.
You seen that?
Oh,
You seen it?
with Villa.
Were you living with him at that time
Yeah,
as well?
he was me living together. And it was at Walsall's ground. That we were playing Aston Villa. It was at Walsall's. Villa's reserve used to play at Walsall, and it was just nothing. The lads like tackled it. Ryan and Moo, the kid's name was. Never forget it. Tackled Griff, and Griff like he's jumped up. Griff just jumped up and just flattened him. It was like out of nowhere.
There were 3 or 4 quick punches, weren't there?
No, one punch flattened Ryan and Moo, and that remember Mark Kinsella.
Yeah.
Like a senior pro, has just come legging it over like he's going to proper do Griff. And Griff's just got him in an headlock, uppercutting him like that. Fucking Mark and Sellers like that. I was just like, what's going on here? This fucking fella's round the bend. And never even waited for just walked off. Never even waited for the red card.
And shit in the shower.
That's it though, you said before, he's so laid back.
The most laid back, placid fella you could ever meet, but has obviously just got
a switch.
Yeah.
You
Not
mentioned
right.
something about watches before.
Oh yeah, did you just go through a spell of selling watches?
Yeah. Yeah. Did he tell you that?
Bridgie.
Yeah, so I used to sell snide watches. So I had there's a fella who I've known for years here, and who's got great fella, a shipping firm. So he used to do loads of business in China, and he'd come home with these catalogues, every single watch you can think of, and he could get them, like the best snide watches you've ever seen in your life. And so I took the catalogue up, and I think every single first team player used to buy them off me, because I was selling watches at the time. So I was only on peanuts at Newcastle, but I had this little sideline of selling snide watches to the players.
Shearer's on 40 a week.
Listen. Used to, every single one of them used to have them, and like, you know, like doing interviews, all that like, they're all my snides. Honest to God, fucking great. So
I wonder if that's where Harvey Mix. I wonder if that's where he got his stock from. Because you know Mickey Holland, the masseur at Sunderland.
Oh yeah.
He used to sell them. But
Did he?
Biggest buyer.
Yeah, I bet that's where he's
Not
getting
sure.
them from.
I bet there were a few like bought them around Christmas, you know, for the wives.
Yeah.
Saving a few quid.
Honestly,
Wives thinking that never,
used to,
not going to get me a
he used to
fake.
sell fucking loads of them, and it was all to the first team, and then obviously they'd buy them for the family and stuff like that. I had a good little side buy.
Family.
Wedding present.
Mrs. Shearer's walking around Newcastle like that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like at the time, with all the fucking first team, I'm giving it the big one. I just think you fucking bluff. You've got a £100 watch on your wrist, turn it in.
Bridgie said that he hashtagged Fugazi or something.
Fugazi, that's snide diamonds, aren't they? Fake diamonds. They're all big fucking. Remember the time when they all used to wear them Jacob Cohen, or
the
Jacob
three
and Cohen.
colour things.
Fucking big dinner plate on your wrist, wasn't it? Diamonds. 100 quid. I used to sell it at 100 quid, yeah. All walking around, fucking big dinner plates full of diamonds. Only cost them 100 quid. I was getting them for a score, so I was like,
You still get them now? It's her birthday coming up.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Did it come to a point where you wanted to play football or first team football?
Yeah, I mean,
Did we captain at reserves?
Yeah, but like, so yeah, I wanted to play. I went on loan to Burnley. Stan Ternent was the manager, and I think I signed a 3-month loan, and I just got in the team after a couple of weeks. We played Millwall away, and I think we drew 1-1 with Millwall away, and had a good game. Played really well. I was a midfielder at the time, centre midfielder, so it was always going to be tough at Newcastle because they had Speedo, Kieron, and then they paid like big money for Jermaine Jennings, who was the same age as me, who was brilliant as well. So it was tough. They had Clarence Acuna, Chilean fella as well in that position. They had like 4 or 5 who it was going to be nigh on impossible for me to get anywhere near it. I was on the bench a few times and stuff and always training with them, but I wanted to play. And then we were playing West Ham. Burnley had West Ham the next game, a Monday night game, and one of the lads got injured, and Bobby Robson recalled me back from my loan spell, and I thought, fucking great, I'm going to get a chance here, and I was never got near it. I just wished that I could have stayed at Burnley for the duration of my loan, but it wasn't to be. And then I was 21 at the time. I hadn't made my debut for Newcastle. I'd played a handful of games for Burnley, and I just knew that I needed to move on, really. But so yeah, and that's when I signed for Bristol then. Bristol
There's a big
City.
difference at Burnley because obviously Stan Ternent, we've heard a few things, old school.
Proper old school, loved it. I was only there a month, but good like dressing room, like fucking Glenn Little. Blakey, Robbie Blake.
Yeah. You weren't there when he had a new hour with David May.
I was there. And yeah, that's another some mad things, yeah. On the training pitch doing team shape. Wasn't even like, just a walkthrough. And David Mays piped up and said something to Stan. And Stan's like, what? And he's walking over. I'm thinking, I just fucking walked over and Stan Ternent just buttered David May. I'm just going, oh my God, what's happening here?
Bobby don't do that.
Fucking hell. I was just, fucking threw the head on him. I was like slipping all over they had a pair of Reebok Classics on the pitch, slipping everywhere, trying to butt him again. And I'm like, this is fucking nuts, this.
But good. Nuts, but good.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm fucking stood there, laughing my bollocks off, thinking, what's happening here? But that was just like normal, I believe. You know what I mean?
Brilliant, man.
Great dressing room. Knows a few big Brian Jensen, Tony Grant, who I used to travel in with, who's me mate.
Chaddy, were you there with Chaddy?
Yeah, Luke Chadwick. Character him as well, isn't he?
I think that's when he said he came out of his shell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think the lads took him under his wing.
Yeah. I
when he
couldn't
first
believe
went.
it because you're playing like the Millwall game, so we're on the bus back and all the lads used to park at one of the service stations round sort of Manchester way, and we only drew 1-1. So Stan stops the bus and they just load of ale on, loads of bottles of wine for the staff, and he only used to drink Blue Wicked, Chaddy. Remember them blue WKDs, but like the big like litre bottles. So I'm only a young lad still, and I'm like trying to I didn't really drink that at the time, so I'm having a couple of beers just to try and be part of the group. Fucking Chaddy's throwing these litre bottles of WKD, fucking big blue muzzy on them. This is fucking some club, this. But no, they were just great lads. As I say, I wish I could have stayed a bit longer, but it wasn't
Said he
to be.
liked his watches,
I'm
Chaddy.
just thinking that. It's
Yeah.
all adding up now because when I played with him at Norwich, he used to have the old Jacob and Co.
Did he?
So you must have sold
Was
him
he a
one.
buyer?
No, I never. No, what? I never. I don't think I saw it. I was a bit too embarrassed at the time. I did the like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Fucking catalogues. It's a 2-week turn. Just pick it. You'll be with you in 2 weeks. No, I don't think I sold it. This must have been real from the
No, it wasn't.
No, definitely wasn't.
No.
Yeah. No.
So were there other clubs other than Bristol interested?
Yeah. Someone was at Leeds who was associated with Burnley, with Stan at Burnley, went to Leeds. I think it was Sam, I forget his name.
Player or staff?
No, staff. He went in when I think Kevin Blackwell got the job. Anyway, Leeds were like sort of interested, and then it sort of fizzled out. And then I went down and met Plymouth at the time. They were in League One, but had just been promoted into the Championship.
Where were Bristol at that time?
League One. Yeah. And the Bristol City thing come about. Brian Tinnion got the player manager's job, and he was pals with Peter Beardsley and Kenny Wharton, who was like my coaches at Newcastle for a spell, and they'd recommended me to Brian Tinnion. And when I met him, it was like, it felt right, and that's how I ended up there.
You went there as a midfielder?
Yeah, centre midfielder. Yeah. And Brian Tinnion was the player manager, who was also a centre midfielder, and the fucking captain was the centre midfielder. I went down to Bristol thinking, I've just pissed reserve team football as a midfielder, like, for 2 years. I'm gonna, like, piss this, and I'll be getting a move at Christmas. And I just got the biggest wake up call of my life. I struggled like fuck, really, for probably 18 months.
Why do you think that is? Moving away from home?
No, not until I'd lived away from home. Yeah. I'd never lived at home since I was 16, so I was 21 now. And I just thought I'd piss it, because reserve team football, I'd become too I'd gone beyond it, you know what I mean? I'd become too good for reserve team football. So in my head, I'm thinking, I'm going to go down to League One.
And absolutely
cruise it, and I'll be getting a move by Christmas. And I struggled. The games were just passing me by, fucking too quick for me. Like, it was a totally different game. Well, reserve team football, as you know, it's not real, is it?
As competitive as it was back then, it's still not.
It's not real. It's not real. When you're not playing for points, it's not real. So I got a shock to the system, and it was just by total chance. My mate was the right back, Jamie Smith, who's Darren Moore's assistant now at Chef Wed. Good little player, Smudge, and he got injured, and they had no other right back. This was about 18 months in, by the way, and I just got put to right back by chance, and from there, just never looked back, really. At Bristol City, I mean.
Find it easy?
Not easy, but a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know, where the game's in front of you, and getting loads of the ball, and I just kicked on, and that was just by luck, by total chance. Because if there was another fullback in the building at the time, I would never have got the opportunity to play there. You know, why little things go for you at times. That went for me in my favour, and never looked back, really. Then
was Boom Boom down there where you're at?
Yeah.
I think it was before I'd even met you. He used to say, "You ask Bradley Orr who's his best centre half partner, he'll tell you me." so was he your best centre half partner?
No. Definitely not.
He went in the top fucking 20.
I swear to God, he used to say that all, because I used to wind him up about him being slow. I used to say, "I'll beat you, Boom Boom." He was like, "I'm telling you."
No, what he had a great spell at Bristol City, though. He was brilliant, to be fair, for us at League One level. You know what I mean? And then I think he had a good year in the Championship as well. But he was a great lad.
Isn't he?
Yeah, top lad. I still get on well now with Jay, you know what I mean? Still speak to him now and then. I was meant to go to his missus' birthday party the weekend, but I blanked him and swerved.
Busy.
Sorry, Jay.
Busy.
He said he loved it down there, though, part of the world.
It was great. It was brilliant. And again, another fucking good dressing room. Really good lads who, you know, it helps, doesn't it? You know, when you're in a good dressing room with proper fucking lads. We were a good tight group, and it showed then on the pitch when we started doing well. It coincided with having a good dressing room.
Tell us the crack what you were saying about the game was on Monday night and then you in jail Friday.
Yeah, so what happened the year previous, we were struggling at the time, and I think Gary Johnson had just come in as manager, and we were on a terrible run on bottom of the league. So Lewis, who's the captain, Lewis Carey, he said, "Look, we need a night out. We're training Tuesday. Everyone, we're going out after training, so everyone, it's compulsory." So we goes out. Do you ever remember a lad who was like a Welsh international? He signed for us, Dave Partridge. Did you ever come across him?
No.
Played for Wales, but was like an East End Cockney. Great lad, with a bevy in him, was a fucking different person. So we're on this team night out, and he's just gotten fucking scalloped and is causing murder everywhere we go. So, cut a long story short, there ended up being a big fight, and it was down to Big Parto. And the doorman were just kicking him everywhere. So, I've tried to get in and basically stop the fight. And there just ended up being a big mad fucking melee in this nightclub in Bristol. So that was a year fast forward a year, we've been arrested, nicked and charged on a fray.
On the night?
On that night, yeah. Dave Partridge, myself and Steve Brooker got arrested and charged with a fray. So it went on for a year. So the Monday night game was away at Northampton. And the game was Monday night, but the court case was Friday coming. So my head was all over the place, you know what I mean? So anyway, we're playing the game, and I was a moaning bastard anyway. And there's a runner gone off me, or in between me and Lewis, and he's screaming at me, I'm screaming at him, and he's like walking towards me, so I've just like butted him. My own captain, you know what I mean? The referee's running over, and he's just gone like that. I'm going, oh my, I've been sent off here for fucking butting me on, or putting away in a butt. It was like, and I was like, what's happening here? So I'm in the dressing room, and I just remember, it was before half time. I remember the lads coming in, and Jono slaughtered me, Lee, fucking let us down and all that, and just remember when they went out, I was just sobbing. That was fucking, my head was gone, you know what I mean? So I went on the it was a live game on Sky as well. So I went on and gave an apology. My eye, but you could see I'd been crying my eyes out. And then the Friday, we're up in court, and then got sentenced to jail for this fucking.
Were you expecting to?
No. Got told to plead guilty. Obviously, looking back now, we had legal aid. You know, it was like, it was a mess, you know what I mean? But in my head, I'm thinking, I've been arrested for trying to stop a fight. And it was all on camera. Everything was all CCTV camera. And got arrested for trying to stop a fight a year ago. This legal aid fella just kept saying, yeah, just plead guilty. And what we'll do, we'll make sure you'll just get like 20 hours, 25 hours tops of community service. And then you can just do that as and when, tied in with your training and all that. So I went to court on the day. My dad come down. My missus was there, outside. And I just remember them saying, yeah, you've been, and you're sentenced to, like, custodial sentence. Does that mean? And he went, and the judge went, for 28 days. And Dave Partridge was 2 months. And I was just like, now. Like,
you took your toothbrush?
No, like as I say, I weren't expecting it. But
you didn't ask Griff to bring it down for you.
Definitely not.
I was good 28 days back.
Fucking hell, that fucking jail cell was cleaner than Griff's bedroom, mate, let me tell you. But yeah, just mad. So just a weird, so that happened on the Monday night with Lewis, where live on Sky.
Do you think that had been a big part of it? You knew that this.
Yeah, and it was lingering. But not for 1 minute did I think, like, we would get sent to jail, you know what I mean? As I say, all along the legal represented the lawyer, we're a lawyer, like a solicitor, said, you know, he just kept saying 20 hours, 25 hours tops of community service. And then we ended up with a jail sentence.
Did you sort it with a captain? Kieron?
Yeah. As one of them. I was close with Lewis, you know, we were mates, and he's a great lad, and he on the bus on the way home, I was just like, sat at the window, curtain around my head, and then he come up and like, let's have a word. And we cleared the air then, you know what I mean? Instantly. I think even the gaffer knew that. That wasn't, don't get me wrong, I was a bad, terrible moaner in training on the pitch, but never to the point where I would want to like upset the apple cart or the dressing room. I'd never want to be a bad egg, anything like that. And I think they knew that, the lads. So yeah, that was cleared instantly, you know what I mean?
So what was the crack then? You get the verdict, and then is it like...
So yeah, get the verdict, goes down. I'm like, just sat there, and Steve Bruchett and Partridge were close. They were mates. So the three of us are sat there and they're like, you know, what's going to happen here? Is it two of us are going to share a cell and one of us, and I was just like, you two crack on, you know what I mean? You share your cell. I'm all right. I'm just going to get me head around this, you know what I mean? And then I never forget it, that Dave Partridge's missus was pregnant, and the lawyer come down and he said, look, I know the judge, I've just spoken to him. He said, I know that you might not want to hear this. He said, but so what had happened? Dave Partridge's missus lost the baby at 7 months pregnant a week before, and she nearly died on the operating table herself. And the judge knew, and he took it into account, and he said, look, he was getting a year and you two were getting 6 months each. He said, but he's taken what's happened in his family life into account, and he's lessened the sentences by that much. I was just scratching my head, like thinking, fucking hell. Jesus, all I've done really is stop.
Told us 20 hours.
Yeah. Told me 20 hours to plead guilty. Like, I would have, because I'd seen all the footage, I'm genuinely trying to stop a fight. I would have fought it. I would have stood a trial.
Yeah.
Because I would have won. But to get Partridge on the biggest charge that they could, which was an affray, you need 3 or more people to be involved in an affray charge. So that's why me and him got brought into it. Having said that, Brucher's on camera. I think he throws a bottle with a wheelie bin or something like that. But I'm genuinely like trying to play peacemaker, and I think I've thrown one punch because I've been clocked myself. You know what I mean?
I feel like I've seen that video.
It's there. It's somewhere.
Yeah.
It's out there. Like, you know what I mean?
Big Brooker show.
It was. Yeah, it was. But so I was just thinking, fucking hell, getting told all along community hours, and then ends up with a prison sentence, and it was in the middle of the season as well.
Jesus.
What's the protocol then once you like from the stand?
Is you straight in pajamas?
Right down into the olden cell, and then you're in one of them fucking, them prison vans with that you see right in.
That must have been a shock to the system.
Shock to the system. It's nuts, mad, but proper experience. Looking back now, like it's just a funny experience.
I'm all about experience.
It's got cracking, pal.
It was nuts.
Did you find it all right inside for them couple of weeks?
Yeah, so funny, so the lads, obviously they went and
you get to choose.
Paired up with they shared a cell. So for the first night I was on my own, and then there was like a gym screw, like that like works for the prison but runs the gym.
Yeah.
So he knocks on the door. He said, look, I've had a phone call and we're going to like look after you, really. So rather than being locked up all day, you can train, but you can also like be in the gym. For what happens is every wing gets an hour a day in the gym. So every wing that was in, we could be in there as well, and then just clean up at the end and all that, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, great, brilliant. So the following day in the gym, and this is Pulley, his name is Mark Pullman, great fella, still speak to him now. At the time, so he goes to me, look, just do as you're told, keep your head down, you'll be fine. Listen to me when I'm telling you stuff, just do it. And I'm like, of course, you know what I mean? I'm shitting me kecks in there, you know what I mean? So he comes to me and says, do me a favour, just go and tell him there on the treadmill, he's got 5 minutes to get dressed, out of here, dressed, showered, and into the visiting room, or he's going to lose his visit. Mum and Dad have been sitting waiting for 2 hours for him. So I was like, okay, goes up, this fella, I've got a photo of him, I'll show you. Big, fucking hair lip up there, and he's on the treadmill. So I go, excuse me, mate, you've got 5 minutes to get dressed and then in the visiting room, or you're going to lose your visit. And he was like, what visit? I said, oh, your mum and dad said they've been there 2 hours and you're late. You got to go. He fucking pushes the emergency stop button on the treadmill and just shouts, what did you say? And I've just gone, oh my God. No one else in the gym. And I've looked around, Pulley's gone, not there. And I went, I fucking shit me pants. And he starts walking towards me, shouting, what have you just said? So I'm like that now behind the bench. What have I said? What have I said wrong? And he's like, you said my fucking... Starts running after me. So I'm running around the gym. The blood has drained out of me. Fucking shouting pulley. We're like shouting for this fucking pulley. So it felt like it was a 5-minute chase. It was probably 10 seconds. So fucking pulley comes running out and grabs hold of this. Name was Clarky. Gets hold of this Clarky. And he's going, Clarky, I'm only having a laugh. Fucking take it easy and all that. So I'm shaking. And I'm going, what's going on, mate? What's happening here? This is only day 2, by the way. So I don't really know him. And he goes, come in. He said, I'm only having a fucking joke with you. I was like, he said, do you know what he's in for? I was like, no. But obviously, I'm fucking... And he went, oh, he's doing like 35 years. He'll never get out him. He fucking took the arms and legs and heads off his own mum and dad. And I'm like, you're fucking joking, aren't you?
Pull it. Come on, Biggin.
I'm like, you're joking. He went, no, he's like, that's the Swindon Butcher. And I'm like, what?
Get me back in a room and
Fucking hair lip.
fridge.
Hair lip up there. Big. I'll show you the photo of him.
I've just got this image of Sam Dingle.
He's like a worse of Sam Dingle. And I'm like, you're joking, aren't you? And he went, no. He said, I'm only having a laugh, though. Don't worry. Like, we've got him under control. And I'm like, oh, yeah. The mad cunt had done his own mum and dad in, put them in the freezer and went out to a rave, phoned the house and said, don't wait up, mum. I'm gonna be late tonight. He'd already done them in. And this fella's telling me to tell him that his mum and dad are in the waiting room waiting for him. What's happening here? What's happening? That was day 2. Honestly,
It's great crack from Pulley, by the way, isn't it?
but Pulley's like, I've stayed in contact with Pulley and we still laugh about it now. And I'm thinking, no, that's not funny. If he'd have had access to a dumbbell or anything, you'd
That's what I'm
anything
thinking.
could have happened.
If he caught you, like.
Yeah. Now, whether he was in on the joke, I still don't know to this day. But I don't know if he used to do it to like new people coming in all the time or what, I don't know. But I just remember the blood draining out of me. I was like a fucking jelly.
His mum and dad's.
Oh, honest to God. Listen, he's all over the internet. He used to get fan mail. He's all over the internet. Like, as I say, I'll show you the photo of him. He's one of the scariest looking creatures you've ever seen. And he's chasing me all around this prison gym on day 2. Honest to God.
We've got a title there, haven't we? The Swindon Butcher.
That was his nickname, the Swindon Butcher. Honestly. Wow.
I can just imagine Pulley where he was saying, fresh meat today.
Yeah. But when I've looked round and he's nowhere to be seen, just me and him in the gym. Wow. Fucking they'll talk about shit my pants, mate. Telling you. Well, yeah, that was day 2. But no, it was just a mad experience.
How long did you do in total?
28 days. Yeah.
Oh, did you not
Days,
the
yeah. We got moved after a few and then went to more of an open jail, which was horrible, full of fucking sex cases predominantly. It was horrible. But that was like, you could like let yourself in and out of your cell type. It was like a cat D jail or something. But yeah, so that was, I think it was around like the September time. So as I say, the season was still going on, you know what I mean?
What are you thinking, like, football-wise? You're thinking, Gary Johnson's not far off just coming in?
He'd only just come in. Do you know what saved us, to be dead on it? Because he'd only just come in and I'd only just started playing fullback. So, really, I would have been easy to sack. But what had happened was the club had just knocked a bid back from Norwich for Brugge for about £500,000, which is, at that time in League One, was big money. So he was an asset, really. Do you know what I mean? And they couldn't sack one without sacking the other. Yeah. So that's probably saved me job. Looking back now, because I was like, I would have been easy to get rid of, really. Partridge the same, because he wasn't pulling any trees up, but Brooks was on fire, and they just knocked a bid back in the summer for him off Norwich.
And had you been given any reassurances beforehand by the club saying?
To be fair, Gary Johnson come in. Yeah, he come in, and I'll never forget it. Like he sort of reassured us, look, don't worry, it's happened, your jobs are safe. Don't bear in mind, this was a year ago when it happened. So, you know, we're a year down the line now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If the butcher don't get you, you've still got a job.
That's it, yeah. But I just remember a fucking big, like, relief, like a weight off. I felt like, because I just thought, we didn't know what was going on from the outside.
Yeah.
So he come in, like, early on and said, look, don't worry, your jobs are safe and, you know, just get through this. And I think he shit himself when he come in and seen, like, the environment, and he was like, fucking hell, this shouldn't be happening, you know what I mean? Because he'd seen the video and all that. And he knew I shouldn't, certainly myself shouldn't have been in that situation, you know what I mean? So, but I'll never forget the fact that he stood by us.
Yeah.
Because if at the time I'd have got news that we'd have been sacked on top of, so going out and basically who's going to touch you then, you know what I mean?
So with the reassurances, a sit down again when you come back, saying, right, lads, that's over with. Let's
I remember
get your head down, side out.
I remember getting picked up and taken straight to Ashton Gate, and I remember my missus being there, and he put like bacon sarnies on and all that, you know, and then at the talk said, look, now's the time to roll your sleeves up and basically make something of yourself, like put it behind you. And I think we went on and won the league that year.
Yeah.
What was clever from the club, from them as well? Because you'd remember that, them.
I never forget it. As I say, like, the fact that he come in and reassured you that your job was safe was massive, because you know, your mind's doing overtime thinking, fucking hell, Monday night get sent off for throwing the head on my own captain live on Sky. Friday, sentenced to a fucking jail term for a fight, basically. That's what it was, even though I was only stopping it was for a fight. It was for a brawl, a pissed up brawl. So your mind's playing overtime, and that reassurance was massive. And it's just, it's something that I'll never forget, really. You know what I mean?
Was Lee already in the building then before Gary? So do you think, did you get on well with him?
Gary brought Lee in.
Right.
Yeah. So, Lee was I got on well with Lee, yeah. Lee was me, you know.
I was just thinking, if Lee were already in the building, he might have said, look, he's a good lad.
I definitely think that happened as well. So...
Was Lee on the night out?
No, what happened was the night out was a year prior. You know what I mean?
Right, well, of course, yeah.
So I had then a year of playing under Gary.
Right.
When it actually come up that the sentencing, you know what I mean? So, but I definitely reckon Lee had sort of put a good word in as far as what I was like as a lad in the dressing room, really, you know what I mean?
At what point were you like, I'm a right back now?
Around that point, that time where I just come out like a man possessed, really. Fucking stopped drinking. I just fucking proper got my head down.
This is my position.
And thought, right, you need to really fucking have a go now. And I was a right back then, and I just went.
Yeah.
I just went on a run of, I think I scored 6 or 7 that season from fullback, got promoted, and then the next season in the Championship, Team of the Year, scored another 6 or 7.
Yeah. I mean, 6 years at the club, and we had a few messages, best right back they've seen at club.
Yeah. No, I get that quite a bit, which is, it's quite flattering that, but looking back, the little incident that led to the little stint in jail made me.
I was about to ask that. Looking back now, obviously it was shit at the time, but
you
come out, you changed, your attitude were a bit different, you'd stop going out, obviously. And
it made me, and as I say, like, no things that happen in your life for a reason. Look, obviously at the time I was devastated, but looking back now, I wouldn't change it for the world, because it definitely spurred me on. And you know, as I say, I never looked back really from the day I come out. It took me about 3 or 4 weeks to get back in the team, and then once I was in the side, I just kicked right on then. And we won things then. You know, we won. So we got promoted from League One. The following season, we should have won the Championship. We were top in March at Bristol City, and ends up getting to the playoff final. Got beaten in the playoff final, and but I, you know, at that time, for a good 2 or 3, 4 year spell, I was probably, without sounding big-headed, the best right full-back outside of the Premier League for a good, consistent spell.
It's all thanks to Jamie McComb, innit?
Exactly. It's all thanks to Big Boom Boom next to me, covering me. Fucking great, isn't he? Fucking whopper.
How did the other two lads get on when they come out?
No, I think Parto, he was done. He was done at the club because it was pretty, without sounding like he wasn't sort of he wasn't a regular anyway. You had McComb and Lewis, who were the centre halves, and Dave was in and out. And then Brooks, I think he went to Donny. I think he went to Doncaster from there. He struggled a little bit with injury, Brooks, to be fair.
He got into a bit of bother, didn't he, as well?
Again?
With Leroy, wasn't it?
That was before the jail.
Before?
Yeah, fucking hell.
We
Yeah,
talk about that, aren't you?
yeah, I'll say yeah. What do you want to know? What happened?
Yeah. Was it the races? Cheltenham races?
Yeah, we went to Cheltenham as a squad, and great day at Cheltenham, and then we comes back to Bristol for a night out. Sound like bad pissheads here, don't we? It weren't one of them clubs where, but anyway, Cheltenham
Chaos
races
happens.
comes back to Bristol, and we're all just sat round, the full squad, like in a circle in this bar. It was like a Tuesday night, so it wasn't busy. And even though Brugge and Leroy played up front with one another, they never really got on, from what I could gather anyway. And obviously there's a few drinks involved, and Brugge said something to Leroy that was like out of order, and Leroy said like, "What have you just said there?" And he said, "You heard." And Leroy went, "Did I? Yeah. Did I hear right?" He went, "Yeah." He said, "Get outside and give Brugge his due." He's like, "Come on then." And they went outside. And before Brugge could even like go like that to put his hands up, he'd been hit with about fucking 3 roundhouse kicks to the head. Leroy was some sort of fucking ninja. Honestly, fucking Brugge was like getting hit with roundhouse kicks. Leroy was like something out of Street Fighter. And then, to be fair, Leroy just pummeled him.
He's
Battered
a big
him.
lad, isn't he, Brooks?
Brooks is like that, but Leroy's like quite little and stocky and can just do mad roundhouses. Like the way he jumps that high.
It's even more impressive that he's been on the piss all day at Cheltenham.
Yeah.
I think if I try a roundhouse after that, I'm fucking spinning around on with that.
Well, first thing you think, your big alehouse punch in it. To even think of doing a roundhouse kick full of the ale. But Leroy just pummeled him, and then it was that much of an eye, and it had to get stopped, and Brugge wanted no more.
What would that
No mass.
What would that atmosphere like on the Thursday morning?
Great. Great. But no, it was just, to be fair, I think it, on the Thursday when we've gone back in, we had to have a sit down, and it got sorted out, and they shook hands, and I think Leroy wasn't there much longer. He went on to bigger and better things then. Signed for Reading, didn't he? And
He got a rolling Karate Kid too.
I can tell you. Dal Sim. Nice. Remember him?
What about McKindo?
Plum pot, wasn't he? Absolute plum. Yeah.
So would he have done, where did he go from? Yeah, the scheme, was that after he left?
Yeah.
Was he planting the seed at Bristol, or was he just a weird
I just
full-on
couldn't
weirdo?
get me. He was just an odd character, wasn't he? I could never get my head around him. He used to come into Bristol City with a briefcase, and one day we used to all think, what the fuck's in that briefcase? You know what I mean? And one day one of the lads has cracked it, and all he had in it was a calculator. That was it. No pen, no paper, not just a calculator. Oh, I just said that just sums him up. An absolute bluff. You know what I mean? Like to kid on that he was a fucking big businessman, but obviously I'd left by the time the scheme come about. Was he still at Bristol when the scheme was going? No, I don't think he was. But I'd signed for QPR, and I remember a few of the QPR lads asking me what he was like as a lad, and I was just like, stay a million miles away from him. But unbeknownst to me, a few of them had already put a few quid in with him. And obviously, you know what happened at all. But yeah, it's just a fucking mad character.
Is he just disappeared into the sunset?
I remember seeing like videos of him fucking splashing, like spraying champagne, or like one of them idiots, thinking, fucking, what's all the lads were like, for a spell at QPR, a lot of the lads were actually getting paid monthly off him. But then it turned out to be a big fucking pyramid scheme, didn't it? And whoever was last in got fucked.
I think the champagne, I think he had a bit of beef with Kieron Dyer a few years ago.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Kieron had sorted it out. Macca, that's on me, big one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. Last I heard, I got told he was writing a book. Cheeky cunt, yeah.
He's trying to type it down on a calculator.
Write a book with a calculator. All he can do is write boobies.
Yeah. They were getting told it'd be easier for them to get out the club if we went down than it would be if we stayed up. Tarapt in that season, the championship season, was just unplayable. But he used to get away with murder. The game stopped and I'm like, what's happening here? And I've looked around and here's me mate Ben, with a fucking Superman thong on. And like a Bristol City pull on hat, just like that, all nothing else on. Said it's the players who have got this club relegated, not him. Because I knew he was taking bullets for fucking maggots who down tools in a relegation fight. You know them cricket balls, the corky? Just seeing a corky come from about 30 rows up and it missed Steve Keane's head by that. If it had hit him, it'd have killed him. Fuck me, the whole stadium just started booing me. Every time I touched the ball, the full, and in the end I just stood in the ball and just went, fuck off. I'd had enough, you know what I mean?